See if it's actually. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're here at the Norva in Norfolk, Virginia, with the man himself, Jeff Kendrick from DevilDriver. Jeff, how's the tour going?
Great. We did a first leg in September for 5 weeks. Took 2 weeks off, and this is a 6-week leg. We have 2 weeks left. It's been great. It's kind of a different tour in the sense of the scheduling, and we do, like I said, the first leg, and then we have another leg, but the bands are all the same.
Right.
So it's been great, and everyone gets along well and is enjoying themselves.
Sweet. Now the new record, Winter Kills, your first record on Napalm. How's the support been so far for it?
Really good. The band has sold more records in a couple months than the last record did in 12.
Wow.
So it's actually doing really well. And the label has done a great job. They did Best Buy end caps,
Yep.
which are extremely expensive. And the artwork from Dean Carr, I think, is some of the best we've had in a while. And overall, it's been really good. I mean, I think it's been a good thing for Napalm too, because we're a decently established band for our genre. So the fact that we can release a new record on a different label after being around for 10 years on another label, which being Roadrunner, which is a very successful label, I think it's a testament to them, and I think it's a good situation for them in the eyes of other bands and people, because they say, hey, well, they took DevilDriver and they did, we sold 200 more records than the last one did the first week. So that's really good. Like, it's definitely been positive.
Now, going back to the leaving of Roadrunner, going to Napalm, was that due to just previous issues with Roadrunner, or was it just y'all needed a fresh new thing for that album?
It was kind of both, because without saying too much, business-wise, the record deal and whatnot left us with a decision the band had to make, and our management made the decision, and he did a great job, and we could have gone with them, but we decided to go with someone else, and it was a good thing we did.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Right.
Not that Roadrunner's a bad label, but they're not who they were before.
Correct.
So.
Now, who decided to cover AWOL Nation's Sail? Like, how did
It came about really quick. Des heard it, and then he sent it to us, and then within 30 seconds, everyone kind of said yes, because it just had a very, the key of the song is in D minor, it was a minor key song, and we all heard it, and they're just the way that the song was structured, we could totally picture doing it heavier, should I say, and it's turned out really great. I mean, it's a different type of cover.
Right.
Usually people who cover popular songs and stuff from the past, but it's not current. But it just kind of came together like that, and it didn't take a lot of thought.
Right.
It was quickly decided upon.
Yeah, when I first got the album and I was listening to it on a road trip, it played through, and the last song I was like, man, that sounds familiar, and then all of a sudden the intro hit, and I was like, wait a minute, this hands down is probably one of the better covers I've heard of a song in quite some time. It caught me completely off guard.
Well, I think that's ultimately what we were kind of hoping for too. It's just at the end of the day, you can cover any song if it sounds cool.
Right.
I mean, people cover songs for the sake of covering it, and it's more about the actual, the nature of doing the song versus how good it turned out.
Right. Now, one of the many times that I've seen y'all was at Download Fest in 2007, and y'all were on one of the side stages, and y'all had a huge following in Europe even back then. Do y'all like playing Europe versus the States?
I like it all, man. I mean, the cool thing about a band like us is that we've done all kinds of shit, whether it's arena tours with Slipknot or very small clubs to, we played shows we've done an Ozfest date in Boston in a huge amphitheater, and the next day played a 90, 100-person club. So the thing is about us is that we constantly get to do different things,
right.
And I think that's what keeps it great. I mean, granted, if my career was stadiums and arenas every day, I wouldn't care so much to change it up. But
Right.
because of the, the level of band we're at, we get to do different things, and I think it keeps it fresh and interesting.
Sweet. Now, what's the deal for next year? Y'all just gonna keep touring through the whole year,
Yeah.
or are y'all gonna try and hit the studio later in next year? Or?
Probably, I mean, if we hit the studio, it's going to be like maybe a year from now, maybe a little more than that.
Right.
But yeah, mostly touring
Okay.
in support of the album.
No, y'all gonna try and do a big Europe tour again, or?
Yeah, we're doing a Europe tour in March.
Okay.
Yeah, in March for a couple weeks.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Now, a friend of mine said he sent a question to me and wanted to ask. He wants to know when DevilDriver is gonna. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay, sorry.
When they're gonna play in Japan because
we're playing Japan in February.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah,
Well, I will let him know because
Yeah.
he's stationed there, and
Yeah, we're playing with Testament, so
Well-
that rules.
yeah, well, that's always gonna be a good show there.
Yeah, that rules.
Now, how did that come about?
We finally got the right push in Japan. I really got to give it up to Brian Slago from Metal Blade. He's putting the record out in Japan, and we're going over there, and we've never been. So, as I'm sure you know, based on your question.
Yeah.
But I came together. Testament's going. We're friends with those guys. Des and Chuck are friends, and I'm pretty happy to be going with them.
Yeah, that's Jeff. If you're hearing this, you better get your ticket quick. All right. Well, I mean that's about it. Hope you enjoy playing at Norva tonight.
Oh, I can't wait.
And hopefully it's a kick-ass show.
It will be.
As I'm sure it will be.
Yeah,
So.
it'll be great.
All right.
Thanks. Thanks, man. Good